What up, Taurus? Taurus Collective. Welcome back to Tarot and Numerology. Today's April 2nd, 2025, Pacific time for me right now. It is 12:29, which is a 5. So maybe some of you are on your way somewhere, on your way to a party, maybe, or on your way to something fun, maybe, whoever's listening at this moment. Or maybe someone's on their way to visit children, I'm getting right now. Someone worried about children, worried about pets, worried about people you consider to be your children. I sense that too going on. 325. So April 2nd, 2025. I'm gonna do a reading on April 2nd. Oh, did I say today? No, sorry, my bad. Today's April Fool's Day. April 1st, 2025. I was jumping the gun here. I'm gonna do a little bit of a reading for April 2nd, 2025 and April 3rd, 2025. But yeah, today's April 1st. 5 day. So yeah, without even thinking, yeah, today's a 5 day. So some of you might be going to a party tonight or something like that. Something festive, something fun. April 2nd, we have two very feminine numbers going on all of April when it comes to the 2nd, the 11th, the 29th. The full base number for April 2nd, 2026. Six major arcanas, the lovers. Major arcana 15, which is a 6, is the devil. Both have to do with a couple. If you look at the imagery, it's couple energy, it's contractual energy, right? The lovers card, it's a contracted karmic person. The devil card is the same thing, but it leans more towards over overly obsessing or toxicity, drug abuse, stuff like this. But nonetheless, contractual energy, feminine energy. So look out for a lot of feminine energy if you're out in public, if you're going to a restaurant, if you're going to a bar, if you're going to a store, the mall. A lot of female energy, a lot of couple energy. Um, a lot of attractive people. I've noticed the sixth number always brings a lot of attractive women. It just does. If you're out and about, that's what you'll see. So, of course, the two number always brings changes. Two means changes in predictive numerology, changes of plans due to women. A woman will change up the plans on April 2nd, 2025, or feminine, someone born on the 2nd, 20th, 11th, 29th. And there will be delays April 2nd, 2025, because six is a number of delays in predictive numerology. So there will be like car delays, computer delays, delays through transit, things that have to do with transit, emails, texts, your phone, delays in these types of things. Contractual things, something you're expecting, paperwork you're expecting, there will be delays. You will get them though, but there will be delays. So look out for that for April 2nd, 2025. Um, April 3rd. April 3rd is one of those days where I always tell you guys it's good to get the jump on things for sure, because the whole base number for April 3rd will be a 7. And in predictive numerology, 7 is a very long distance vibe. Very, you know, a lot of obstacles from A to B to C to D to E, April 3rd is a child number. People run late. Everything runs late. It's a stagnant energy. It's also busy energy. So it's one of those energies where like everybody's running late and then everybody gets there and it's really busy. And then it's also last minute energy too. People always show up last minute to things. Things happen last minute at the very end. If you have an appointment at night and they're like, hey, we'll be there at 9, they're gonna show up at like 10:30, 11. Just that type of energy with April 3rd, 2025. It's Cancer energy. So maybe people could be coming from a long distance, the chariot. Um, Three is a funny number, right? It could be a fun number, very creative number, but in its negative side, it could be very rule breaking. The people stealing, people fighting, people starting fights, people snapping. Three also has that energy, even though it also is a very creative one, very communicative one, right? But see, it's kind of the aspect of people born on 3 days, people born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, 30th, people who are three life paths. The good thing about them is how creative they are and how communicative they are, how they could use their words to get things across and their facial expressions, and they look young and they're like kids and they're funny and blah blah blah. But the negative side is the snappiness, the ability to start some shit. So the 3 day will have that same aspect. you know. 7, right? 7 people like to be alone, right? The full base number for April 3rd, 2025 will be a 7. So 7 life path, people born on the 16th, the 7th, the 25th. You guys like your quiet time, your alone time, your studious time and stuff like that. So that the day could be like that, or it feels like a struggle, or it feels like it's like one thing after another, and it feels like and like what I know about 7 life paths and people born on the 16th, 7th, and 25th. When you guys are in a bad mood, it's really, you guys get pretty moody, snappy, angry. Um, you guys could really um aren't you guys aren't afraid to express that you're not enjoying things at the moment. That's the negative side of sevens. The other side is like how spiritual, intellectual, studious, dependable. You keep a small circle. You really keep your small circle tight. Everything has its positives and its negatives, right? So of course I did a pre-shuffle for y'all, and there's some themes here. So one of the themes I see here is you're gonna come into a leadership position of some sort. Um, some of you are kind of dreading it. Some of you aren't. Some of you are just accepting it. Either way, it's coming. Um, there's a need to have courage, Taurus, that's coming for you. And it was at 12:21 when I got that, which is a 6. It's a 3-3. It's you could almost look at it like a 33. The 33 is a master number. It's the trailblazer number. People who are born under the 33 life path number, they're the trailblazers. They do things that other people don't do. They create things that people wouldn't think of. And there's something like this going on with you, and you might be causing some delays because of your courage. You need to have more courage in taking the leadership position. We got stepping into a leadership position, just like I said, that 1225, which breaks down to a 10, right? 10 is magician energy. It's wheel of fortune energy. Um, it's someone who there's no other person qualified but you to create what it is that you're making. It's all through your experience and your resource. So there's something like this stepping into an energy like this for the Taurus collective. And there's someone who is finally dropping some sort of burden. I'm getting this too heavy fire energy uh at 1227, which breaks down to a 12, and that's major arcana hangman. So heavy Leo, heavy Aries, Sagittarius. There's some fire sign I feel that's dropping the burden, or maybe it's like no longer, they're toning down the childish games, something like this. So anyway, let's get into the tarot. Let's see what's currently going on for the Taurus collective. Starting off with 11 and 2, it's 12. See, there you go. Fire energy, hangman energy, things in metamorphosis, indecision, stagnant energy, something like this. In denial energy, okay. But since the hangman energy is representing this 8 of swords, this person is not going to be in this 8 of swords energy for long. They're in the middle of cocooning out of this 8 of swords energy, this denial energy, this avoiding responsibility energy. Yeah, yeah. It's all hanging in the balance right now while they still sit in this 8 of swords energy is what I'm getting. 10 of swords. Okay. Heavy air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, in denial of an ending, in denial of a disastrous ending. at 12:39. Delaying there's an energy of an air energy delaying something that's already over. They're just prolonging it in some sort of way. Let me see here. Six of Pentacles. Could be like some sort of court situation. Like it's just until it's like in final writing, this person's gonna let it seep into the reality that it's really over. I'm getting something like this. Five of Swords. Interesting. Page of Cups. That's crazy. I hear the cops in the background, and I was literally just gonna say it's almost like to the bitter end. There's like an energy around you that's gonna stay in this Eight of Swords energy until they're just completely cornered. They kind of know it's coming. I get this though. I really do feel like there's someone who can no longer be denial of some kind of ending, and they're in the process of being checkmated into having to get out of this Eight of Swords energy. Let's see. What's this Eight of Swords energy? A lot of air. There is some water here, but it's a lot of air. Okay. It's almost like this energy knows that they want this to end. They're kind of just hoping that it ends on its own without them having to get too involved and stuff. It's like a very, but there's a very avoidant energy, air energy. It's kind of just letting something fall apart. King of Pentacles. How did I know? I was like, I feel like they're waiting for something to fall apart so they can come to you. And here we go, King of Pentacles. Yeah. Hmm. Almost like someone just naturally wants to like not take any blame in going from one thing to you. Like almost like hoping it ends naturally and then they go to you. Let me see. Let's clear the board here. This could be you, right? Because I did have that message that you need courage and balance, and then it was at 12:21, which is a six, and that is couple energy. That is Lover's card energy. That's contractual energy. Or it could be a Gemini that we're talking about here that is trying to balance out a connection, but they're in this Eight of Swords energy. They're like in denial about it, or they're just acting like they're playing dumb about it almost. It's like a Gemini energy playing dumb about a connection with you guys, or someone with a six number with them. Hmm. Whoa, yeah, again, this Ten of Swords energy, and again, a really stressed out person holding back, wanting to rush in. More air energy, a lot of air energy. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and fire. Some water too, but very air dominant energy going on right now. A lot of Gemini too. Queen of Wands. Almost like an air energy thinks that there's a fire energy coming on, or someone that you're very passionate about. They sense this. They sense that you're very passionate about someone, competition in a sense. You got an old air energy thinking that there's some heavy competition coming in, I feel here, Taurus. If not air, just someone who's very much in their head. Yeah, they're definitely on their way. The whole all this air energy breaks down to five. They're afraid something's over. They're afraid they took too long, or Yeah, there's a big you're like over here, you seem like you're sneaking up on a lot of people, Taurus. I'm seeing here. Like you're all of a sudden just like gaining success. Like you've been gaining it slowly. So no one's been noticing. And then one day they just look over like, whoa, what the heck? Something like this, Taurus, is what I'm getting here for you. And there might be some sort of passionate thing going on here, relationship, uh, competition in your energy, your attention, people that want your attention, but whatever that is, there's an air sign or heavy five energy, someone born on the 14th, the 5th, 23rd, stressing out about just wanting to rush in. Let me switch decks, see if we get some of the same messages. And remember, I said someone finally wanting to drop burdens at 1227, which is hangman energy, fighting energy, kid energy. This could be a clue, someone who's very childish or someone who's just a lot younger than you. That's also a clue. Someone who's a lot younger than you wanting to all of a sudden drop the burdens and come in. Yeah, two of wands. Yeah, very impulsive. Knight of wands. Like there's no plan behind. Well, there's planning, but there's no they're not here to come and play a game. They're here to be very upfront about what they want. What's this Queen of Cups? Four of Wands. Okay. What's this Knight of Wands? Oh, a whole story. Five of Wands. That competition energy. King of Wands. Ace of Swords. Yeah. This person wants to stop a connection almost or something. They really want to come in and be like, wait, hold on. They feel like they're losing you. Um, let's see what's this Two of Wands for Cups. Cups. They're bored with what they got going on. They're bored with what they got going on, and they see that you got something going on. King of Pentacles. What's the King of Pentacles? Seven of Swords. Yeah, they don't want you to be in this King of Pentacles energy, Taurus. They want to keep you how they've always had you. The Sun energy that wants to keep you how they always had you. They don't want you to be in this King of Pentacles energy. They don't want you to go from Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. They want you to stay in Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, juggling like this. But there's an attention to you, Taurus, that's happening, that's boiling up, that's unstoppable at the moment. It's slowly building. It's slowly building, which is another thing, another message here is to have more courage. That's what the pre shuffle was all about. Having courage and looking at yourself as a leader. I feel like you're afraid to spin that onto yourself. Okay, Taurus, I'm gonna leave it right there. I do private reads. The info for that's on the description below. Please like and subscribe.